Green Lanterns issue 16, written by Sam Humphries and art by Neil Edwards, and
Oof.
this was that a good oof or a bad oof?
It's a middling hoof because Humphreys. I thought this is some of his weakest dialogue, and like,
I found it to be a bit clunky.
yeah, I get what he was going for, but this is Rage Lantern at the beginning, Green Lanterns.
I also think the
But-
art is some of the weakest we've had as well.
The art is pretty weak,
Yeah.
especially Batman looks really weird. Like,
That especially right that page right near the start where he jumps through the window.
yeah, it looks a bit off.
Just weird.
That said, the story that's being told outside of the dialogue, I really
Yeah. I think the dialogue's
I'm not
hit and miss. I do agree some of it's clunky, but I like I like a lot of the points that have been brought up.
so do I. I feel like it's not being approached with the right tone. You know, it feels like an after-school special tone when it doesn't have to be.
That said, though, as much as we said the art's not that good, I do think the layouts and the because see the start of the issue where you see them flying towards Gotham and you just see the green beams and you're hearing like reports of the incident that's going on sort of throughout, and you keep seeing them getting closer. Like, I thought that was actually a good bit of suspense the way it was building to them arriving. I thought the actual page-to-page layout of it was good.
Yeah, and I like the one where it splits Simon and Batman in half for the faces. Like, like I say, layout-wise, it's okay. It's just the actual pencils are not great.
Yeah, that's what I would say. I thought there was some fun stuff. Obviously, Simon and Batman like going head to head over him having a gun. He's like, you're not having a gun in my city. Favorite thing though is that Batman's like, right, this is always a Sinestro Corps thing. It's causing these people to be terrified of me, and it's making them act out. It's Sinestro Corps, and sounds like, no, it's always a Scarecrow. We're in Gotham. What are you talking about? This part I
the
liked.
Scarecrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I loved it when they actually test it, and it's like, oh no, this is Sinestro Corps energy. And Simon's like, but there was no evidence for that. How did he get that right? And at the end of the issue, we find out it is Sinestro Corps energy, but it's the
both.
Scarecrow that's using
Yeah.
it. So they were both right.
It's great.
So,
Well, I also like that. Isn't Jessica go? Yeah, he's a detective.
yeah.
Just the throwaway line. Again, that stuff I really like, but it's the. I felt like both Batman and Simon were just being like super aggressive towards each other when they didn't need to be.
Yeah,
It's especially weird when we see him on a team in Justice League.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
what's going on here?
See, the thing for me though that made it kind of work was that Jessica was like, right guys, we get it, you're both arrogant. Like, I'm like, I'm with her. They
Yeah.
both sound like they're being hot-headed dicks right now.
Yeah.
So I understand what they were doing in the argument about the guns and stuff, but they just both went too angry.
Do you know
Exactly.
what the moment that was really weird for me is when he goes, oh, why do you have a problem with me carrying a gun? And then it cuts to the gravestones.
Like, we don't know.
Yeah, I was like, did we really need that? Like, that was weird.
That was a bit weird. I liked them being kind of intimidated by him though, and I liked the awe of the Batcave. That was kind of fun and stuff.
That was a great page because you see the dinosaur and the penny and
Yeah.
the playing card, and they are, like Pete said, in awe.
Yeah, and
Of
Jessica's
everything.
like, when do we get a cave? I want a lair.
Yeah.
A lantern cave. Like,
Yeah.
But
So-
it really is the dialogue that drags it down. Like when Simon and Batman are arguing, Batman says, "I'm not gonna ask you again." It's
Yeah.
like, does Batman say "gonna"?
Yeah.
Batman doesn't say, I'm not going to ask you again. He just does it and is like, why did you make me do that? Like, Batman's always proactive. That's what makes him as. Anytime I talk with people about the difference between Superman and Batman, is Superman's reactive, right? He's like the firefighters. He can't do anything until something's really happened. Whereas Batman's a cop where he's on patrol, he's proactive. So even in like altercations like this, he's just going to take the gun and go, it's mine now. Kind of like a teacher, you know, when they confiscate your headphones, you can get them back at the end of the day. They're not going to be like, I'm not going to ask
You
for
can get
them.
this back when you leave Gotham.
Exactly. And that's where I just felt this in character and the argument. And you could have had the argument based off of that. And then Simon getting really mad because that's his property. You know what I mean? Like, don't touch my stuff. I'm not touching your stuff.
That would have made more sense, and except his thing was, oh, I don't take orders from you. It's like, yeah, you do on the Justice League constantly.
Yeah, and you just came
He's
here.
also a veteran superhero that you're kind of in awe of.
Yeah,
And you
like-
came to his city to help him
Yeah.
on his case.
Yeah, on his
Shut up,
order.
Sam.
He called you and said, "Come here now, Lanterns," and you came. You do take orders. It's pretty simple.
Which again, so wait a minute. If it's not the Sinestro Corps, why would he call them there? Like Like, Batman needs help from the Lanterns.
Well, actually,
Scarecrow.
one thing I did like, though, I liked that he says, because I thought it wasn't a case of that, it wasn't just because it was Sinestro Corps, it's because he's busy, because he mentions, Bane's on his way. It actually ties into the continuity of the main book, which is quite cool.
I'm going from the end of the last issue, when Batman's like, hey, I need your help. Like, if I'm Simon and Jessica, why else is he calling for help with us? You know, like, he could call numerous other, like, The Flash, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But he called to them.
A Lantern-related thing, yeah.
But again, we did get that nice payoff that they're both right.
Yeah, it's somehow Scarecrow's got a hold of some Sinestral rings or whatever, and he's using the energy to infect people and make them attack Batman.
Somehow, he's had it since the Blackest Night.
Well, you think he's still...
Batman even says these rings since Blackest Night in this issue.
Well, he's had the ring since Blackest Night.
Yeah.
The whole time.
I mean, well, Batman says, the rings have been here since Blackest Night. So the implication is they've been lying around for that amount of time.
Oh, yeah, but it doesn't necessarily say that Scarecrow's had a ring since Blackest Night.
Well, it's that, or he just happened to stumble on one in the past week. No, I'm looking at the final page now with Scarecrow. Is he wearing the ring?
I didn't see a ring on him, which is why I didn't just assume he had a ring. This is why I don't think it's that clear.
He doesn't have the uniform on though. He's just got it painted.
He's got a T-shirt on. He's got a T-shirt on that he's painted the symbol on.
I want to say I really love Jessica's ring.
All right.
I think that bit where she's like, hey ring, and she's like, greetings to you, Jaybird. And she's like, hey, I told you to say hey.
Yeah, our ring's pretty amusing. Yeah, it's different from all the other rings.
I feel like this is gonna play out to be something, because you got to remember she had the ring that talked to her in Volthoom, and from the Earth 3, that made her power ring. So, you know, I just feel like something's coming up. It might not be bad.
Maybe that's just the reason she does talk to it, because she experienced it that way, where the ring did speak to her, so she assumes that's what's normal.
That's what I'm thinking.
The fact that these others don't is weird to her, because that's all she ever knew.
She interacts with it differently, whereas Simon uses it like a tool.
Yeah.
She uses it as an ally. You know, she asks it to do things instead of telling it to do things.
Was it in this one, Justice League, where Simon says, "Yeah, your ring like has a personality and like you understand it, whereas I just tell my ring what to do."
Last issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it the last? I feel like I read that this week.
No. That was in the Phantom. That was in the Phantom Lantern arc. So maybe it wasn't this issue, but it was a couple ago.
I felt like there was something
similar. Maybe it was brushed over again in Justice League.
Yeah, there was something similar said this week. I definitely read that this week.
There was a lot in Justice League, to be honest, with all that stuff.
Yeah, I think it wasn't Justice League again this week, because I definitely read that phrase this week.
Yep.
A quick scan through, see if I can catch it in Justice League.
That doesn't really matter. But
just to see if I can.
Anyway, that's Green Lanterns. I think we covered that pretty succinctly. We got Scarecrow with Sinestro Corps power terrorizing Gotham.
Somehow.
Which is going on during the Bane storyline, which is pretty cool.
Alfred with a gun.
Alfred with a gun. Actually, by the way, I was actually going to say that. Why does Alfred have a full head of hair in this issue when he's not in all the other books?
Because it was a really mediocre artist that didn't read the cliff notes of how people are supposed to look.
It looks completely different.
Rogaine. It looks like animated series Alfred.
It took me way off guard.
I feel the same about the Batmobile. Have we not established what the current Batmobile was in like multiple books?
Sure. That one doesn't bother me as much though, because he changes his Batmobile all the time. So
it does, but I feel like we kind of settled on, this is the one we've got for now.
But that did technically blow up in Detective. I don't know, have you seen it? I'm using that since it blew up in Detective.
No, that's fair. I'm not entirely sure. It was a while ago.
It was a while ago. I don't remember seeing it a lot since then.
Alfred, there's no excuse for though.